Oh, good morning, dear yogis and yoginis, the early bird who catches the worm of that elusive divine consciousness that is hidden just behind all of our doings, all of our stuff that we create, self-created junk. Human delusive junk. And but that's okay because that's all part of the process, isn't it? But actually, but actually, if we're gonna be free from that junk, our own created junk, we need to be quiet. I have some very good quotes to start with this morning before we start to do that hymn to Brahma of Yogananda's recap of the 26 ennobling qualities of the soul. I mean, you ain't heard nothing yet because after we're done with the hymn to Brahma of him recapping the 26 ennoble qualities that we have focused on for some months now, that we will be looking at the nature and the fate of souls who shun the divine. Right? But don't even worry about that because there's no way you can even shun the divine because the divine is 100% you. Isn't that the craziest stuff? Isn't it? You know, you are the wisest of the wise, Narayan and Mary and Alex and Marty, Lisa and Jim and Venny. You're the wisest of the wise. Why are you the wisest of the wise? Because you are just downloading wisdom when you come to Gita, when you study the Gita, or you study just, if we could just fill our brains all day long with wisdom, like we're doing here in this Gita stream for just under an hour every Tuesday, if we could just always remember the wisdom, you're the wisest of the wise that way. Yogananda has a chant. I thought that it was coming into my heart as I got ready for the stream this morning, and some of you have heard it many times. Thou art my life, thou art my love, thou art the sweetness which I do seek. Thou art my life, thou art my love, thou art the sweetness which I do seek. In the thought by my love brought. Let's encapsulate that. In the thought by my love brought. Thoughts are okay when they are triggered by love. In the thought by my love brought. I taste thy name, so sweet, so sweet. Devotee knows how sweet you are. Devotee knows how sweet you are. She knows whom you let know. She knows whom you let know. All right? So, in the thought by my love brought. So just have one thought. If thoughts are something we want to stay aloof from, my dears. I have a great quote from Papa G right here. And let's just hold on to that in the thought by my love brought. So if you have love in your heart right now, your thoughts are going to be divine. They're going to be wisdom thoughts. In the thought by my love brought, I taste thy name so sweetly, so sweetly. But here's a great quote from Papa G. There's some such beautiful souls on this planet, my dears, or maybe he's not alive anymore. I don't know whether they're on the planet or in the inner worlds. They're still in the reality. They're mirroring the reality, and they're such good reminders, these souls that can mirror the reality, like you, Narayan, and Mary, and Marty, and Lisa, and Jim, and Rennie. That's what you do. Otherwise, you wouldn't be sitting here this morning. All right. But this is a hoot. I love this quote from Papa G. He said, even even without thinking, you are that. Even without thinking, you are still the divine spirit within you. Even without thinking, you are that. And then he goes on to say, the habit of thinking the habit of thinking, of doing something, right? Because you start processing, we all process. That's the danger zone. So he says the habit of thinking, of doing something is our only impediment. So stop thinking. And he said, give at least 1 second to yourself. Give at least 1 second to yourself without doing anything, without even thinking. Do not make any kind of effort and just see the result that you have, right? And I'll tell you the result that you have. Even our teacher here, Paramahansa Yogananda, this is his commentary, that we're studying. He said this: if you meditate for only a few minutes each day. Are you guys struggling with your meditation? Or you feel a little like, oh, I didn't meditate this morning, and so you start to feel not so good about that, right? He says, if you meditate for a few minutes each day, just a few minutes, just be still for an instant, says Babaji. Just be still without thinking for an instant. And Yogananda says if you can meditate for a few minutes each day and live in harmony, you will carry your own portable paradise within you wherever you go. My God, we make it hard. We make it so dang hard on ourselves, my dears. It's incredible. So as you sit here, relax, let go, let God, baby, God is you. Let go, let God, because baby God is you. All right? Can we get that? We call this stream that is today the Gita stream as we hear Yogananda's, hymn of the recap of the 26 ennobling qualities, and we put it in the I, meaning that we we identify with it. We don't just think it's his consciousness that we're listening to, but it's our own consciousness that we're listening to, because that's what the guru does. He mirrors the reality. So if we can see clearly, if we can have an open mind and open heart and have this, in the thought by my love brought, I taste thy name so sweet, so sweet. Devotee knows how sweet you are. She knows, he knows how sweet you are. Yeah. So, yeah. So that's why I'm saying this morning that we just need to just chill while we're here. Really chill. And then just absorb and allow yourself to celebrate yourself in a way that is supernatural. That is unbelievable. That is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth of you. All right, can you celebrate yourself while we listen to this hymn of Brahma, Yogananda's recap of the 26 ennobling qualities, and we're putting it in the I, that this is who I am. This is me 100% through and through. Even Papaji said this. I just love these guys. I just love the wisdom, man, because it just changes me. This is the fastest way to keep yourself from getting old and aged and forgetful, right? And put in the straitjacket. This is the fastest way is to have truth in your mind. I think it's the greatest way. So no dementia, no Alzheimer's, anything like that can happen if your mind is on the divine, my dears. Check it out. Check it out. And if we find ourselves getting a little forgetful, I've had some moments recently that have just been laughable. Just been laughable about my mind just not being what it could be or it was, and now it is what it is. But if we can really just absorb the peace and absorb the truth like we're doing and carry that consciousness with you as a portable paradise, oh my God, we're going to be crystal clear, dear. Yeah, crystal clear. So Yeah. So this is what Babaji said, and then we'll get into the reading for the morning. Okay. Don't waste time. Don't waste time purifying your mind because your mind can never be pure. Yeah. Even the desire to be pure is a trick of the mind. And you need not drop the mind because it doesn't exist. I just, when you hear truth from someone who understands it and has the realization of it, it just makes you smile, right? So you don't need to drop the mind because it doesn't exist. How can you drop something that doesn't exist? All right. So just be still, be happy, and everything will be all right. Silence is golden. Silence is golden, my dear. That means silencing the mind, silencing your processing, silencing your what you would consider. Oh no, I'm not the same as I was when I was in my 40s, or even 50s, or 20s, or 30s, and 60s, 70s, 80s. But I'm not that anymore. I'm not that. I am that. I am your spirit. That's who I am. All right. And put a smile on your face while you say that. I am that. And that is that. Okay. Thank you for letting me go on like this. But blessings to you, my dears. I'm so happy that you are here on this beautiful day that's going to happen here in Peachtree, not Peachtree City. I've gone from there. In Ashland, Oregon, going to be in 75. Beautiful day today. So we're going to pick up on page 970. It's chapter 16. And we're going to start right here where we left off last week. And no one needs to remember where we left off next week. Give yourself a break from thinking, all right? You don't have to remember. The only thing we need to remember is the wisdom, all right? Is that in the thought, by my love brought, I taste thy name so sweetly. Devotee knows how sweet you are. She knows how sweet you are. So we're going to start by saying, I am truth. I am truth. This is our hymn to Brahma. I am truth. I am the singular reality, ever existing, ever conscious, ever new, blissful blessedness. Remember that from last week, kind of? We read it last week. I am truth. I am the singular reality. Celebrate. See what you can do to celebrate while we share the wisdom of the ages, my dears, as it pours into you and keeps you into a state that is godlike. There is no dementia in God. There is no forgetfulness in God. There is no downside in God. It's all an upside. It's all an up. Like the song I had with the Divine Mother. Uh, uh, yeah, I'm your little babe. Lift me up, lift me up. I think it went something like that. I can't remember the melody right now. But pick me up, oh mother, pick me up. I'm your little babe. So I am the truth, the singular reality, ever existing, ever conscious, ever new, blissful, blessedness. We are blissful, blessedness. I am blissful, blessedness. You know, Satchitananda, Satchitananda. So this ever new, ever existing, ever conscious new bliss is Satchitananda, Satchitananda. We are bliss. We are bliss. Satchitananda, Satchitananda. We are bliss. We are bliss. We are bliss. Satchitananda. We are bliss. Satchitananda, Satchitananda, Satchitananda. We are bliss, ever conscious, ever existing, ever new, blissful blessedness. All right. Isn't this a fun game of reality we're playing? It's called the reality game. All right. Not the human game, not the human thing at all. It's the reality game, the singular reality. Behind all cosmic appearances, we are that blissful blessedness. Behind all the cosmic appearances, all the material things that are going to happen in this material world today for you and me, the thoughts, maybe they're going to be not thoughts. Maybe you're not going to struggle today for anything because you don't have to. You don't have to. You are that, and that is that. All right? Wow. And your family is that. Everything is that in your life. It all belongs to God, you know? And if there's some suffering in you, you're going to hear that the Lord is the one who is suffering in you. Wow. He's suffering. She's suffering. Divine Mother is suffering, not you. Wow. Brooke, welcome aboard. The Gita Express to the infinite bliss on manifest. All aboard. All aboard the Gita Express to the infinite bliss on manifest. Wow. So let's go on with the Sima Brahma in our own understanding of it, okay? So behind all cosmic appearances is the blissful blessedness. Okay. So no matter what you see today, what you hear, how you process, how you create the thinking, how you how you go about your business today, whatever that is, right? Husband and father or wife and mother, whatever, that you are completely in the state of wisdom. All right. In God, in the God in me, there is no wrath. I'm not angry. I'm not angry. There's no wrath and no desire. You know what Ramana says? No want is the greatest bliss. No desire or no want is the greatest bliss. They ask Krishnamurti, why are you so happy? He says, I don't care what happens. I don't care. I don't care what happens. I have no desires for an outcome. None. Zilcho. I have no more desires. Isn't that great? So we are no anger, no wrath. We are no desire that is contradicted in our desireless self. That's our soul, in our desireless soul. Your soul is desireless. You, who you really are, Mary and Alex, is desireless. You know something, Mary and Alex? That you also are pure silence and pure stillness. That's who you are, right? You don't have to struggle to know God, Yogananda says, but you do have to struggle to tear aside the self created veil that hides him from you. But you don't need to struggle to know God. You just need to struggle to tear away the self created veil that hides him from you. Yeah. Look at this wisdom just pouring into us, absorbing. We're just absorbent like divine sponges, as I often say. Right, Narayanchi? So we have no wrath. I am no desire that's going to contradict my desireless soul self. I am the working of God's laws, which are not punishments. I am the workings of God's love, of God's laws, which are not punishments because I've been a bad boy, because I had wrong thoughts, because I didn't remember this or remember that, or whatever everyone says about us. And sometimes it can get pretty, rugged if you're in a relationship and you see a partner that is going through hard times. That we have infinite patience and infinite seeing them as they truly are, and not as a person, not as a body. We're not the body, we cannot die. We're not the mind, we are changeless. We're not emotions we cannot fear. We are the soul whom spirit holds dear. Spirit, soul, spirit, soul, spirit, soul, spirit, soul. We're not the body, we cannot die. We're not the mind, we are changeless. Why do you think I've made all these little ditty songs over the years in the ashram and out of the ashram? Why? So it's in the memory bank, the divine memory. The divine memory, Shmirti is divine memory. Shmirti. I hope let's take a drink for Shmirti, divine remembrance right now. A big gulp of Shmirti, divine memory, my dears, right? So we are the working of the laws that aren't punishments. We are the promptings of his love. I am the promptings of God's love. That's all that's being prompted. I'm being prompted today, endlessly with God's love. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't this better? I think, anyway. You may have your own opinion, that's great. But if we put this in that the Lord is this, the Lord is that, the Guru is that, and the Guru is this, and the stories of how great these great souls are and everything, it leaves you out in the cold somehow, because it's really us. Everything reverts back to it's me. God is me. What did Saint one of the Teresas said, "My me is God, nor do I recognize any other me but God Himself." Huh? Even the Catholics, even the Jews, even the Muslims, right? Even the any other denomination that you can think of will still basically say the same things, my dears. So we are the promptings of God's love. And we are the emblem of perfect. We're the emblem, we're this little icon, emblem. You decide what it looks like for you. We're an emblem of perfect renunciation. That means we let go of the mind. That way we let go of the desires. We have no desire today. And I'm happy as I am. I'm just happy as I am. Just don't worry. Be happy. We're happiness itself, my dears. So we wear this emblem of perfect renunciation. We are joyous in our own blessedness. We're joyous in that we are that, in our own blessedness. We are non attached and we are fulfilled. We are non attached. We are non attached, right? And we are fulfilled with or without, with or without the objects of God's lila or divine play of creation, regardless, regardless, right? We are the ever tranquil. We are the ever tranquil, the unchanging. We're the stabilizing peacefulness. Gosh, whoever you come in contact with you today, my dears, you're the stabilizing peacefulness that maybe people haven't even considered inducing into themselves the peace of their soul. And you could represent that today. You're the unchanging, stabilizing peacefulness. I am the unchanging, stabilizing peacefulness. You should play along, follow the dotted ball, the dotted line, right? I am the stabilizing, unchanging, stabilizing peacefulness beneath or underneath, beneath the turmoil of relativities. That's the whole world about relativity. So it's all relative. Everything is different to everybody and anybody. Everything is different. They'll see it in a different way. Everything is relative. So we are that stabilizing peacefulness beneath the turmoil of relativities that play upon the surface of our being. This is God's Leela, God's play. It's going on. It's like Shakespeare Festival 24/7 every day of every month of every year. The Shakespeare Festival, right? Here in Ashland is a big deal. It's a big deal. These are pros too that come and do these plays. This craziness, right? This craziness, but whatever that play upon, let that play on the surface of your beingness, my dears, of your blessed blessedness, your blessed blessedness. Yeah, let it play. Let it play on. The play is on. The guileless me, the guileless me, it says the guileless Lord, but now we're saying the guileless, we're guileless. Lord, we expose no faults. We're guileless. We expose no faults within ourselves, within our loved ones, within this world, within politics, whatever. We don't expose any fault about anything. How can it be when we are all spirit in drag? In drag, spirit in drag. The, we are the guileless Lord, which exposes no faults about anything. And we give man and woman the solitary confessional. God, this is so cool. This is so cool to put it in this we, this me. My me is God, nor do I recognize any other me but God Himself. Rather, we give man, we have expressed no faults about anyone. And we give man and woman the solitary confessional of their own thoughts and conscience. What? Isn't that gorgeous? I never felt this or like I do right now. That we give everybody the solitary confessional so they screw up or we screw up, right? That we still have a solitary confessional of our own thoughts by the love in the thought of our love brought by our love brought in the thought by our love brought. We have this confessional in the thought, in the love, by our love brought, in the thought by our love brought, right? A confessional that we go to, and conscience in which we analyze and correct ourselves. And we give that permission to everybody. They have this solitary confessional of their own thoughts and their own conscience in which to analyze and correct themselves, right? Err, correct himself, err our wrong behavior insinuates against us. Unless our wrong, that, yeah, our wrong behavior insinuates against us or against them, that they're wrong, we feel there's a fault in them, that their wrong behavior insinuates something wrong about them. So we take that on. We are our own wrong behavior that does not insinuate against us. We can mess up pretty bad, and there's no insinuation against ourselves. Isn't that something? Isn't that something in this amazing day, my dear? Isn't there something special happening? Even if you got up on the wrong side of the bed or you're still sleeping, listening to this. So it is us who is, it is, okay, here's our theme for this stream this morning. It is the Lord who is the sufferer. in all beings. So you see, you see some homeless people here. In fact, they let them sleep at this police station sometimes. They really try to help the homeless here in Ashland. Isn't that something? And but it's the Lord that is homeless. The Lord is everything, and we are everything. So it is the Lord who's the real sufferer in all of us. So when you're feeling some pain, some ill health, some stress, some worry, some fear, it's that's the God in you. Let him have it all. Let her take over you. A perfect soul make over, right? You don't suffer. We don't suffer. That's the Lord who suffers. Isn't that an intense line in this Gita that we study? It is the Lord who is the real sufferer in all beings and in us. Therefore, we are the kindness of empathy. We are the kindness of empathy and the infinite compassion upon whose mercy all beings may cast themselves. Wow. Did you get that? We are the kindness of empathy, the infinite compassion upon whose mercy all beings can come to us and cast themselves into our mercy, into our empathy and compassion. Yeah, talk about talk about an influencer, the soul influencer that we can all be today, and just being ourselves and thinking less and enjoying it more. Remember? Are you smoking more and enjoying it less? Are you thinking more and enjoying it less? Right? And though we are the creator of everything, of course, that says, though God is the creator of everything. And we're going to say, though we are the creator, what did God, Yogananda said that we don't have to struggle to know God, but we do have to struggle to tear away our own self created veil. We do have to struggle to tear away the self created veil that hides him from us. But this is the way we go about removing that veil. You and I, remembering that it's all God who's doing everything. There's nothing that we can do on our own. There's nothing that we own. It's all God owns everything. God owns us. I mean, it doesn't even own us. We are Him. We are her. We are that. And that is that. Wow. So, though we are the creator of everything, we are non covetous. Though we can create anything we want, we are non covetousness. We are giving over his wonders to the evolutionary workings of his laws. We're giving over his wonders. We give back because it's not ours. We're on loan. Everything is on loan here. We are stewards of this planet. We are just here to just make this world a better place and to be as good as we can. We have good behavior to get out of this parole that we're on. We're on parole in this lifetime, my dears, right? So we got to mind that we got to be good girls and boys in the sense that what we're talking about right now, not just good, because we are already good and then some, right? So we are his wonders. We are the wonders of his evolutionary workings, of his laws, and to the free will innovations of his children. And the free will innovations of his children, we are receiving only the token offerings that come perchance from wise and loving hearts. So everything belongs to everybody. Everything belongs to everybody, right? And so for us, we're happy with the tokens. We're happy with the token that God is happy with just the tokens, offerings that come perchance, that come perchance. This is God speaking, that he is receiving only the token offerings that come perchance from wise and loving hearts. He's happy with just the token. What? If you meditate for a few minutes each day and live in harmony, you will carry your own portable paradise within wherever you go. And it was Papa G who said, just be still for an instant and it will change your life. Right? Just a token. That's all we need to do. It's just be the image of the divine that we are. You getting it? Because were it not for the gentleness that we are as children of God, his silent, loving persuasion of involution that creates unity and draws creation back to him, were it not for this gentleness that we possess as children of God, this gentleness, this kindness, you know, this lack of need to have anything at all, this desirelessness, right? I just love that. That we help in the involution that creates unity and draws creation back to the one, and the violent inharmony of vibratory repulsion would perpetually, if because without this, without us being godlike and practicing these ennobling qualities, and now we're putting them in the I am. We're putting in that we own these. This is God's gift, this immortal gift to all of us, that we are made in his image, that God is us, that God suffers in us, that God celebrates in us, that God laughs in us, that God walks in us, that God talks to us, right? Because if we don't, the violent inharmony of vibratory repulsion would perpetuate eternally a chaotic state of existence. And that's going to come right up maybe in a couple weeks. The nature and fate of souls who shun the divine. We're doing the opposite right now. We're taking it on, whether we like it or not. We're intuitively imagining that we are all these things because that is worth beyond worth. It's invaluable for us to take on the qualities that we already possess, but we don't. We don't possess them yet. We don't have them, as our MO every day, right? Because we're still pretty human after all. Right? You get what I'm saying. But without folks like you, my dears, the violent inharmony of vibratory repulsion would perpetuate eternally a chaotic state of existence. So the God that's in you and me is the paragon of virtue. He is the modesty supreme. We are the modesty. Remember that one of our ennobling qualities is modesty. And the paragon of virtue. Modesty supreme. And no act of ours bears taint. Of course, it says no act of the Lord. But we're saying the Lord is us. He suffers in us. He is the virtue in us. He is the modesty in us. So no act of the Lord bears, no act of ours bears taint of impropriety. We are recollected in his bliss and wisdom, with no ruffle of restlessness. Look at that. We are recollected. We are recollected in his bliss and wisdom. Have a good day, my dears. In his bliss and wisdom, with no ruffle of restlessness, squirmishness, stress, worry, fear. I didn't get what I wanted, right? And now I'm suffering from it. Oh, yeah, Papa G, here he goes again. You need nothing to be happy. You need something to be sad. Wow, that's our capper for this morning. You need nothing to be happy. You need something to be sad. We're recollected in his bliss and wisdom, and no ruffle of that sadness or wanting something, or no ruffle of restlessness. Our inactively active self brings forth universes. I'm just going to finish these two lines. We still got a little more of this hymn of Brahma's next week, and then we're going to maybe dabble a little bit on the nature of the fate of the opposite of what we're doing right now. Okay. Yeah. So we inactively active Lord brings our inactively active consciousness brings forth universes and beings not out of agitated fickle fancy, but for the divine purpose understood by those who pierce the veil of delusion, right? And that's why Yogananda says you don't have to struggle to know God, but you do have to struggle to tear away the self created veil that hides him from you. And we'll end with that we are inactively active. That's what the Lord is, and that's what we are. To bring forth universes and beings not out of agitated, fickle fancy, but for divine purpose understood by those who pierce the veil of delusion. Divine purpose understood by those who pierce the veil of delusion. And so remember, if you meditate for a few minutes each day and live in harmony, you will carry your own portable paradise within you wherever you go. All right. And remember, in the thought, by our love brought, we taste thy name so sweet, so sweetly. Devotee knows how sweet you are. She knows, he knows how sweet you are. Have a beautiful day, my dears. I might see some of you on the meditation this morning. That'd be wonderful. But we see each other anyway because we are omniscient, omnipresent everywhere. United, united in one heart, one love, one purpose, one God, one reality. This is all a dream. This is all a dream delusion, my dears. Yeah. So since it's a dream, this too shall pass. So stay awake, stay awake. It's all a dream. Stay awake, stay awake. This too shall pass. Namaste. Much love to you all. Thank you so much for your time and beautiful divine consciousness that you are sharing with the world this morning.